Good morning.
Good morning, Yoshi-san. How are you today?
Oh, so far so good. No problem. How about you?
Oh, I'm also great.
Sounds good.
And sounds good, yes. Do you have work today?
You know that I'm already retired
Are
person.
you already retired? Oh.
Yes, so I'm getting pretty old. So
Oh. But what do you do after you're retired? What do you usually do?
as it's a long time ago that I retired. So just retirement time. So I belongs to volunteer groups. So one
A
is
volunteer.
yes, one is take care of the aged person, and another is teaching Japanese for foreigners. So I continued this kind of volunteer activity almost 10 times. So I think this repay for my community. And after 10 years, so the one volunteer group which take care of the aged people, so dismissed because all members and all customers also getting old. So, and
Are you getting paid for that?
pardon?
Are you getting paid for that volunteer?
Just
Or
pure volunteers, no money. So,
no money?
yeah.
Oh, I see. But it's nice, right? Because it's good that you're still okay. You can go out, you can talk to other people.
Oh yes, it's not that kind of activity, not for me. So I get a lot of the spiritual fulfillment.
Wow. So you like helping, Yushi-san?
Yes. So recently I changed keep my houses. So I do the every house chores. So
How about farming, Yushi-san? Farming
farming.
or gardening?
Gardening. I have a little flower bed. So but honestly speaking, so I don't so much interest in my flower bed. So but I plant many of flowers. So but just pour the water so once at the morning.
I see.
Would you call me back again so I'm afraid I can't see your figures. So
Oh, you can see me?
yes. So
Oh, wait a moment. I can see myself on the screen. Oh, how about this one? Can you see me?
yeah, I'd bet you'd better call me again.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Oh, I'm so sorry, Yushi-san.
No problem. This is occasionally happen.
All right.
Hello again.
Hello.
This time I can make well. So.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Because
not
in my
so-
end, it's still connecting. You're still connecting in my end. Wait a moment.
it takes a little time. Okay, I can see.
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to restart my Skype. Sometimes this really happens.
Really. So,
I guess Skype is not really user friendly when it comes to having lessons.
no problem.
All right. So today, do you have plans after the class?
Today's Monday, so go to the bus facility. So kind of the hot spring. So with my wife.
I see. It's already 11, right? Almost lunchtime.
Just around 3 p.m. So I go to that kind of bath facility, and after that I go to some kind of restaurants and back to my house. It's our custom. Every Monday doing that.
Wow, that is so nice. All right. Let's have our lesson, Nishi-san.
Okay.
Okay, this is lesson 48. Are you done taking this lesson, or this is your first time?
Yes.
This is your first time. Okay, let's have lesson 48, talking about books.
Okay.
Okay, let's do exercise 1, picture description.
Okay, in this picture, I can see the one thick book. This book is opened middle page. I guess this book's front cover is red because I can see the edge of red front covers. And I can also notice a white bookmark string.
Yes.
Over there of this book, there is a big globe, and this globe shows United States, Mexico, Blue Pacific Ocean, and also Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, many of Caribbean Islands. I guess this picture indicated to us very important things. For example, if you can read a book, you can understand the word, or book shows a variety of words, or book is the window of the world. And I can recall my working days, so that I read a lot of books when I was commuting by train. So anyways, book can understand the comprehensive field. What important thing for human is always lose inquiring mind. That's all.
Oh, thank you so much. Me too. I really like reading books, especially English books. I'm not really a fan of Filipino books. Sometimes I feel very sleepy reading Tagalog or our language books.
Sometimes you read your native language.
Sometimes, but very rare.
Oh.
Usually I read English books, and I don't really like history books.
Why?
Oh, I find it boring. I find it difficult for me. I like easy read books, like fantasy or romance, teen fiction, teenager books, because it's so easy. Like you can read a book for 3 hours, one book for 3 hours.
Oh, okay, I understand. So your favorite books.
I read a book before. The title is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Do you know
very
that?
thick
It's
book.
very famous.
Yeah.
It's very famous, and it's very difficult to understand.
Really?
Yes, I find it difficult, and Also, there was this book that is really famous. The title is The Prince, Little Prince, by Saint Little Exupery. Do you know that book? It's really famous because I think it's a children's book.
Yeah, it's a children's book, but a message for adult people.
Adult, yes. I cannot understand it. That's why I didn't read The Little Prince.
It's a very good implication. So that is so much famous book. So
Yes, I haven't read the first because I can't understand the concept. So that's why I didn't continue reading it.
Some translation for that meaning, the insight, deep insight meaning. So.
Yes, the words are very simple.
Yeah.
The words is really simple, like a children level English, but the meaning, you need to understand the story. You need to understand the meaning that the writer wants to express. So that's why when I read the maybe first few pages, I stop reading it because, I can't understand this book.
I finished reading that book. So after that, I noticed that kind of deep meaning. So, and it's a kind of philosophy book.
Philosophy, yes, yes. During the first part, it's not that it's not that nice, but in the middle part to the last part, you can see many wisdom phrases and quotes.
Yes, and and the very rough design is very cute. So
Very cute. It's very appealing to children. The pictures, because it's a picture book.
Yes, I know that.
In every text, there are also pictures. So it's really cute. But I don't think it's a children's book because the meaning is so hard.
Yeah, yes, I know.
But you also write books, right?
Yes.
Yes. And is it picture book?
Not picture, just characters. So.
Yes, text.
Yes, when I was young, I tried to write a novel, but recently I don't have that kind of energy. And recently I just write short essays.
Short essay. Oh, me too. I have a notebook and I wrote down my thoughts. But it's not really an essay.
Takes a note is very important. So that
yes.
If you
especially when I feel lonely. Or when I'm really bored, I really like to write.
Yes. And if you have inquiring mind and curiosity, so that you can take a lot of things from the mundane life. So it's important. So I guess the most important thing to write is taste the real, can taste the real mundane life.
Yes, I agree with you. Before, in the middle of pandemic, I wrote down a book in an application, a website, but I wasn't able to continue doing it because it was really hard.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really hard to make some little plot in every chapter because I make it as a novel and not just a one-shot story. So it's a novel and for me, it has maybe 16 chapters and it's very hard.
But I envy you. You can read directly English book. But I can't read the English book, so that I can understand a little of the English books, but it takes a lot of time. So I don't understand the novel story, so I can just English studies. And most of the English book I read translated ones. So.
I see. Oh, it's really, I don't know, it's really hard for me to read in my native language books. So for me, it's easier to read books in English because in English, if I don't know the word, I can just find it on the internet.
I know that situation. So I had Filipino original language can't make a correct translation from the English book. So,
Yes, that's why it's easy to read books in English.
Japanese is a very, in a sense, very excellent word. So there's many of the vocabularies. So Japanese can translate from the every language. So from the Chinese, from the Korea, from the English. So and I can compare with the Japanese and English. So anyways, there's a lot of things, excellent things about our language.
Yes, and also in the Philippines, we have maybe 150 plus languages. We have different kinds of language, and English is one of the language that will help us communicate better. English and Tagalog.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Yushi-san. Now let's have exercise 2.
Okay.
Okay, let us read this dialogue. I'll be B and you'll be A. Is that okay? Okay, let's start.
Do you remember the quote you told me yesterday? It was a quote from the economics book you had been reading.
It must have been from the latest book of Gregorio because that's the only economic book I've been reading.
Yeah, I guess that's the author. We were talking about deficit spending, and you quote something that Gregorio has said that I thought was so accurate.
Are you talking about what he said about national or international policies?
National.
Oh, I think I know what you're referring to. Let me get the book later because I can't recall the quote exactly myself.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Do you like writing quotes, Yushi-san?
Writing quote?
Writing code. Like for example, if you found a very nice sentence in the book, you will write it down in your notebook or in a paper.
Yes, not for English books. So, but when I read Japanese books, so I note that kind of impressive explanation. So the expression. So it's very useful when I write something.
I see. Oh, there was I have favorite book. The title is Tuesday. It's in English. Tuesdays with Maury. I think this one is a famous book. Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom. Maybe you can read this one if you're a bit bored. This is a good book.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it has many wisdom.
Okay, we have a opportunity to read that book.
Yes, yes. It's in English, but for me, this is an easy to read book.
Oh, really? So,
Yes,
why you,
that's
not
why.
me?
Oh, no, the words are easy.
Really? Okay.
Yes. It contains some wisdom words. And I really like the story.
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe you can read that. Okay. Thank you so much, Yushi-san. Can you recommend me a good book?
I recommend you to read Haruki Murakami's Haruki Murakami, the famous Japanese author. Haruki Murakami is
Haruki
Murakami.
Murakami. Haruki Murakami is a Japanese writer.
Yes, he's every year he become a candidate for Nobel Prize. So
Wow.
his book is his book is very excellent. So that maybe you can impress from his books. Do you get it? Haruki.
Yes, Haruki Murakami. There's his book entitled Men Without Women. I think this one is interesting.
Yeah.
Kafka on the Shore, Norwegian Wood.
Yeah.
In 19 IQ
Yes.
IQ
It's famous. And I recommend first you read Norway's Wood.
Norwegian Wood. Is this a mystery book?
Not mysteries. It's love story. So I'm sure you can favorite his expression, his story. So that it's,
Yes, I like his cover. Mostly, I like to read books with a nice cover. A good cover really attracts me.
He wrote a lot of books, and all books he gets a good reputation, especially the foreign people have a good mark for his book.
Yes. Oh, in Google, he has many books here. Like, I think this one is interesting. Walk, Don't Run.
Yes.
The Second Bakery Attack, The Strange Library,
Yes,
The Elephant
read,
Vanishes.
most of all of his books, including his essay or novel. So he lives in the United States now. So
Oh. So his book is written in English or Japanese?
yeah, he writes Japanese, of course, but soon his book translates into the
In English.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, there are many books, right, that can be translated into another language.
Yes, yeah. I recommend you to read.
Yes, I will read one of this book. Maybe I will try the Men Without Women.
It's a short novel, so assemble the short novel. So
Yeah, I really like short novel.
and recently his his books become movies and get the Academy Award.
Wow. So this is a bit educational.
Yes, driver. I forget his name. Kasan, the driver. So the driver something. So
Did you watch the movie?
yes, I watched.
Wow,
But
that is nice.
I liked his novels and movies. So.
Me too. I like the book version,
Yeah.
except for Harry Potter,
Yeah.
because I like the movie version of Harry Potter. Because in the book, you will really use your mind to create pictures, scenes, settings.
Yeah. Lot of imagination. So.
Yes, your imagination. Thank you so much, Yushi-san. Now, do you have question about exercise too?
No question. Thank you very
No
much.
question. Let's have vocabulary review. Or do you want to do this, or let's proceed to exercise 4?
Okay, exercise 4.
Exercise 4. Okay, let's have comprehension questions. So please answer the following questions. Number 1, what are the speakers discussing?
Also, they're discussing about Book of Gregorio.
Okay, thank you so much. And who is Gregorio? That is for
I
number
guess
2.
he's a scholar of the economics and economic critic.
Oh, and do you often read books on economics?
I told you, so I like to read a novel, but I don't so often read practical ones. So the practical knowledge
Me too,
I get
me
from the
too.
internet, television, newspaper.
It's very hard.
online. So,
I don't like economics books too because I find it a bit boring.
Okay.
All right, so let's have number 4. Oh, are you acquainted with deficit spending and how it operates?
I don't know exactly, but the Japan. Um, every year the Japanese budget half of the deficit spending, so our debt accumulate year by year. So it's impossible return back our debt. So I'm afraid someday crash Japanese finance.
But I think it's also the same in the Philippines.
But Japan is more. There's 10 times for your country.
Yeah. Japan is very rich.
No, not rich. Many of dead. The per person, from the baby to the older person, so almost 8 million yen dead.
Let me just charge my laptop, Yushi-san. I'm so sorry. Oh, but I guess the Philippines has a lot of that too.
Yeah, I know. So,
Okay, thank you so much. And let's have number 5. How would you describe the economy of your country, of
okay,
Japan?
I'm glad, but this time, overtime, is it okay?
Ah, yes! Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, maybe let's continue the lesson next time, Rishi-san.
Okay,
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
wasn't really attentive with the time. I was looking at the Skype button, the Skype time. Thank you,
Thank
Rishi-san.
you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.